Have you ever felt completely alone, as if the whole world has turned its back on you? Have you ever thought there's no one left? No friend? No family? No one to turn to? Only you and your struggles. Today, I'm going to tell you a story. A story about a man who lost everything and yet found the one thing that truly mattered. A story that will remind you that even when you feel abandoned, when all hope seems lost, God is always there. There was a man, a simple man, who had worked hard all his life. He had a family he loved, friends he trusted, and a home filled with laughter and warmth. But life, as it often does, threw challenges at him that he could never have imagined. One by one, the people he loved drifted away. His friends turned their backs, leaving him to face his problems alone. His family, caught up in their own struggles, seemed distant, unreachable, and slowly, everything he had worked for, everything he had built, began to crumble. He lost his home, his possessions, and even the security he once took for granted. He felt a heaviness in his heart, a pain so deep that every step forward seemed impossible. Everywhere he looked, he saw emptiness. Every door seemed closed. Every hand that reached out seemed to vanish before he could grasp it. And in that darkness, he finally realized something. He had no one left but God. At first, he was angry. He cried out, "Why, God? Why have you abandoned me? Why am I left here all alone?" He felt bitter, lost, completely broken. But then, something miraculous happened. When he spoke honestly, pouring his heart out, he felt a strange calm wash over him. It was as if a quiet voice inside him whispered, "I am here. I have never left you. You are never truly alone." In that moment, he realized that life had been trying to teach him something. He had been so focused on people, on possessions, on what he could control, that he had forgotten the most important source of strength, God. The next day, things did not magically get better. He still had no job, his home was gone, and his friends were still absent. But slowly, he began to notice small things, small miracles that he had overlooked before. A stranger offered him a cup of tea and smiled warmly, not asking for anything in return. A neighbor, whom he had barely spoken to, invited him to share a meal. Opportunities appeared. Doors he had never imagined suddenly opened. It wasn't immediate, it wasn't flashy, but it was real. Each small act reminded him that he was not forgotten. Each small blessing was a message that even in the darkest moments, there is light. He began to pray, not out of obligation, but from the heart. He began to talk to God, not just asking for help, but expressing gratitude for the lessons hidden in his struggles. And slowly, he felt a shift inside him. He realized that trials, hardships, and loneliness were not punishments. They were lessons. They were shaping him, making him stronger, wiser, more resilient. He understood that when everything else in life fails, faith never fails. When all human support disappears, divine support remains. When everyone leaves, God is enough. As weeks turned into months, the man transformed. He still faced challenges. Life was never easy, but he faced them with a new strength. He walked with courage. He spoke with calm. He lived with purpose. People who had doubted him were surprised. Friends who had abandoned him began to notice a new light in his eyes. His life, though not perfect, became a testament to hope. And every time he faced a struggle, he remembered that moment, sitting alone, feeling utterly abandoned, yet realizing he was never truly alone. This story teaches us something vital, that the people we depend on may leave, but God never will. That the things we lose may hurt, but they are not the end of our story. That every hardship, every lonely night, every tear can be transformed into a source of strength and growth. It reminds us that faith is not just a word, it's an anchor. It's not just belief, it's trust in the unseen. Trust that no matter how hopeless things seem, God is guiding us. And sometimes when we feel we have nothing, we actually have everything. So, if you are watching this today and you feel alone, remember this story. Remember the man who lost everything, yet found the one thing that mattered most. Remember that your struggles are not in vain, your tears are not unnoticed, and your heart is never abandoned. Take a deep breath and whisper these words, even if no one is there to hear them. God, I have no one left but you. And watch, slowly, quietly, as life begins to shift, as doors open, as guidance comes, as hope returns in ways you could never have imagined. Because when a man has no one but God, he has everything.